Tonight, from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jimmy Garoppolo and the New Orleans Saints taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. They begin on the ground with Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Garoppolo. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from second and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Garoppolo now. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start, because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 23. And here's a Louisiana native from the town of Jennings. It's Travis Etienne. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. We're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
Demario Davis there on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Lawrence will throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. Just a gain of a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. On the counter, Etienne. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand,
and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Jaguars have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. There's Chris Olave. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Garoppolo now, first down throw. That's Olave bringing in another one. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Kamara up the middle to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Garoppolo. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To throw is Garoppolo. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Again, Kamara, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So the long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, here's Etienne. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Going for it, here's Etienne. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Garoppolo's throw complete there to Johnson. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He completes it to Olave. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 112 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They go play action now. Lawrence rolling to his right. Trying for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And this one is incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue. As you can see,
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Second half starts with a run by Etienne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go play action with Lawrence. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Look like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And Lawrence hit and the ball is free. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Nixon will try the right side. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. So now things get interesting on third and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne punching it in from a yard away. And the Jags take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma, and the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So a tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
A give to Etienne running right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Etienne will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Etienne, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So how about the season, Charles, that he continues to put together? That's now 25 rushing touchdowns on the year. That's getting into some very rarefied territory.
Yeah, it made you and I do a little extra homework prior to this one in anticipation, because that one moves him past John Riggins with 24. He draws even with Emmitt Smith, who had 25 in 1995. Next up, Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander with 27. And the guy on top, LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, the Hall of Famer, he had 28 in 2006.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Got an open man, it's Olave. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give. This is Kamara. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. Complete to Olave on the out route. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Joseph Osai in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. Going deep here for Landry. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they... convert on 4th. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Kamara trying again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
159 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. On first down, right back to ETN. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. ETN up the middle. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run with ETN. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They run for it with Mixon. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to Mixon on first down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA. Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. Screenplay, here's ETN. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with ETN. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter This would be their third straight defeat. On first down, Garoppolo. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. On third and long, it's Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, here's Agnew. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll go again with Etienne. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the first down marker. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they... over. Garoppolo on 1st down. A quick one here hauled in by Kamara. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. Well played defensively, nearly... have the interception, but it's second down. One final try now for Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Jags, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.